Arsenal were already one of the best teams in the Premier League. They had the tactics. They had the talent. They had the momentum. And yet, the league title always slipped away. Meanwhile, rivals like Liverpool found ways to transform their midfield overnight, with players like Dominic Szoboszlai suddenly becoming the engine of their system. So the question is simple. If Arsenal already had everything they needed to win the league, what exactly was missing? The answer might be one player, Declan Rice. First, we will break down what a complete midfield looks like, and how Arsenal's midfield was lacking behind in the past seasons. Let's take a look. A title-winning midfield is usually built on three key roles: the attacking midfielder, the box-to-box midfielder, and the holding midfielder. Each position has a specific responsibility, and together they create the balance that allows a team to dominate games. The attacking midfielder is the creative outlet, operating in pockets of space between midfield and defense. Their job is to link play and create chances for the forwards. Because of this, they often finish seasons with more assists than goals. The box-to-box midfielder provides energy and balance. They move constantly between attack and defense, supporting forward moves while also helping maintain control in midfield. Their mobility allows them to circulate possession and press quickly when the ball is lost. But the most important role in a title-winning midfield is often the holding midfielder. Positioned at the base of the midfield, they control the tempo, progress the ball under pressure, and shield the defense during transitions. And this is where Arsenal finally found their missing piece. Let's take a look. In previous seasons, Arsenal already had the basic structure of a title-winning midfield. The real issue wasn't the system, it was balance and quality. Declan Rice was often tasked with playing as the holding midfielder. That meant he had to reset pressure during build-up, progress the ball forward, and shield the defensive line all at once. Alongside him were players like Kai Havertz and Martin Ødegaard, both naturally attacking midfielders. Neither of them are primarily defensive players, which meant most of the defensive responsibility fell on Rice. As a result, Rice was forced to stay deeper than his natural game demands. Instead of influencing play across the pitch, he was often anchored in front of the defense, covering spaces and protecting transitions. This created a problem for Arsenal. Build-up became easier to press, ball progression slowed down, and the midfield lacked the energy of a true box-to-box presence. The result was an imbalanced midfield, one that struggled to control games at the highest level. But then, Mikel Arteta made a tactical decision that would completely transform Arsenal's midfield. During the transfer window, Arsenal brought in several players, but one signing stood out: Martin Zubimendi. Zubimendi is a highly press-resistant defensive midfielder who is comfortable operating at the base of midfield. He can stay deep to support the defensive line, while also progressing possession through intelligent passing. In many ways, Zubimendi offers qualities that Declan Rice was previously asked to provide alone. His ability to play progressive passes and remain composed under pressure allows Arsenal to build up more effectively from deep. At first glance, it might seem as though Zubimendi was brought in to replace Rice, but the reality is quite the opposite. His arrival actually unlocked Declan Rice. With Zubimendi now anchoring the midfield, Rice no longer had to carry the defensive responsibility alone. Instead, he was able to move into a more natural box-to-box role. And this is where Rice began to shine. Freed from staying deep, Rice could now influence the game across the pitch. His ability to carry the ball forward became a major weapon for Arsenal, driving the team up the field during transitions. Defensively, his athleticism allowed him to press aggressively and win the ball higher up the pitch, helping Arsenal maintain their high line and sustain attacking pressure. His energy also reduced the defensive workload on the rest of the midfield, allowing players like Martin Ødegaard to focus more on creativity. The result was a far more balanced midfield, and a version of Declan Rice that could dominate both sides of the game. The numbers only reinforce Declan Rice's impact this season. He has created more chances than any other Arsenal player, highlighting just how influential he has become in the final third. On top of that, He also leads the team in expected assists, a clear reflection of his growing creative responsibility. But Rice's contribution isn't limited to attacking play. He also ranks among the team's leaders in interceptions per game, showing that even with his advanced role, his defensive presence remains just as important. In many ways, Rice has become the complete midfielder for Arsenal, capable of creating chances, winning the ball back, and driving the team forward. And if Arsenal are to secure their first league title in over 2 decades, Declan Rice may well be the player leading the charge. But what do you think? Has Rice been the most important player in Arsenal's title push this season?